Hi guys, Mr. Hescock's back. Life Science, Chapter 1. We're still in Section 2 of Chapter 1 on parts of a cell. Just got done on the three types of microscopes. What microscope has a largest magnification? The TEM, or transmission electron microscope. There are several key parts to the cell. We're going to start with the cell membrane. Every cell has a cell membrane. The cell membrane is a protective boundary of the cell. Sometimes you'll see it called plasmalemma or plasma membrane, plasma being the inside of the cell, but membrane lets stuff in and out. I like to refer to it as the doorway to the cell. Cytoplasm, plasma is the liquid within the cell. It's gelatin-like. It contains a lot of water, a lot of proteins, and this is where all of the chemical reactions inside the cell go. It's also where your organelles are going to be floating around. And finally, all cells have DNA. Because all cells have DNA, DNA is the nucleic acid that controls all living things. It has the directions for everything you need to be alive. All right, so this is an animal cell. And from time to time, we're going to come back and forth and label some parts of this. So in case you forget, this is an animal cell. The first part was the cell membrane. This outer barrier here is our cell membrane. The cytoplasm is actually this goo in here. And on this picture, you can't see specifically the DNA, but you can see these squiggly lines in here, which is what we call chromatin. And that chromatin is in the nucleus that we'll talk about shortly. All right, this is a plant cell. Maybe we should make it green for plants. So our cell membrane is not the outermost covering in a plant cell. It's actually this layer here that goes around on the inside here. So this is our cell membrane. I guess it's this line. The cytoplasm, which is the liquid, is actually this clear fluid in here. And our DNA is in here, and that, if you remember, is called our chromatin. There are two types of cells. We have the prokaryotic. A prokaryotic cell starts with the root word pro. In this case, pro is no nucleus. Pro and no, they should remind you. Karyo actually means nucleus. The other type is a eukaryotic cell, and eu in this case means true. So a eukaryotic cell has a true nucleus. Eukaryotic cells are the ones that are going to have organelles. And the picture in the background there shows many of those tiny organelles that you would have. So let's talk about a couple of those organelles before we get done here today. The first organelle that we're going to label here now, we should have already had several already done, is this. This is our nucleus. Inside the nucleus, you have this ball here. This is our nucleolus. And if you forgot, that was still our chromosome. Actually, chromatin. On our plant cell, this is our nucleus. There's our nucleolus. I'm not sure what's going on with the pen. And our chromatin. So the nucleus is the control center of the cell. If you have a nucleus, you are eukaryotic. You are a true nucleus. This is where your DNA is stored. The other organelle we're going to get to today is the mitochondria. Mitochondria is believed to be maybe have been a living thing at one time. Mitochondria have their own DNA inside them, and they actually reburn the food and release energy through a process called cellular respiration. We often call mitochondria the powerhouse of the cell. Now, mitochondria are kind of easy to find on here. Our mitochondria look like jelly beans with squiggly lines inside. They're always cut in half. Then you have this inside here where all the reactions are occurring. So that is our mitochondria. That is our mitochondria. There's actually other mitochondria in this picture. This is a mitochondria. This is a mitochondria over there. There's all your mitochondria. Last today, we're going to talk about mitochondria on our plant cell. On the plant cell, here is a mitochondria. There's a mitochondria. There's a mitochondria, and there's one over here. These are your mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. All right, I'm going to stop there for today. The next video, we'll finish up the other parts of the cells. Make sure you're getting your reading done, make sure you're behaving, and make sure you're staying safe. Until next time, this is Mr. Books. Thank you.